Para o mundo, a história de Patty Hearst veio a simbolizar vulnerabilidade. Se Patty estava em risco, todos nós estamos. Ainda mais assustador é o facto do controle potencial oferecido por estas técnicas refinadas de coação parecer ilimitado.
I think it's possible to brainwash, manipulate, coerce people to do just about anything, and we see this demonstrated in military training or in the kind of conditioning that people go through when they get involved in cults, and they do things that are certainly way outside of the normal parameters of what they would consider moral.
Em nenhum lugar foi este facto mais evidente do que num pequeno país sul-americano, a Guiana, no inverno de 1978. O local chamava-se Johnstown. À superfície parecia ser uma comunidade de famílias etnicamente diferentes, reunidas pelo reverendo Jim Jones, para que vivessem o sonho de uma sociedade racialmente harmoniosa.
This reporter spoke to many Jonestown people. They all insisted that it was a peaceful and productive place in which to live.
Are you happy here?
Oh, I should say I am. I've never been any happier in my life.
Mesmo com a aparência de normalidade, chegavam aos Estados Unidos relatórios de abusos sexuais, tortura e privação de liberdade dos membros dessa comunidade. Leo Ryan, congressista de São Francisco, voou para a Guiana para investigar estes relatórios.
I'm very glad to be here. This is a congressional inquiry. I think that all of you know that I'm here to find out more about questions that have been raised about your operation here. But I can tell you right now that from the few conversations I've had with some of the folks here already this evening that whatever the comments are, there are some people here who believe that this is the best thing that ever happened to them in their whole life.
Os eventos do dia seguinte chocariam o mundo.
This is what Jonestown looked like yesterday, when a group of American airmen arrived there. The airmen wandered about at first, so stunned by what they saw that they were unable to begin identifying and removing the bodies.
Os factos eram inacreditáveis. O congressista Ryan e vários membros do seu partido foram atacados e assassinados. Centenas de pessoas mortas através da ingestão voluntária de cianeto. O mundo questionava-se como podia isto ter acontecido.
The methods that Jim Jones used in his cult, the People's Temple, are definitely classical mind control techniques. And according to a book by Michael Myers, which is called Was Jonestown a CIA Medical Experiment?, his documentation leads him to conclude that actually Jonestown was run by the CIA. Prior to being Jonestown in the deep jungles of British Guiana, that site was actually under control of what was called the Shalom Project. This was a CIA program for training black mercenaries for warfare in Angola.
O poder de controle de um homem e o abuso desse poder mostrou ao mundo a chegada do culto moderno, um predador que se move silenciosamente entre a população e todos podemos ser um alvo potencial.
The big problem with cults in our society is that the victims appear to be willing. They're drawn in, seeking self-improvement or a desire to do good things, and are swiftly embodied in a context that affects their thinking and behavior more and more, getting them to do things that they would never do before, whether it be Jonestown, whether it be Waco, whether it be the Tokyo subway system.
Bombistas suicidas, assassinos em série, suicídios em massa. Tudo isto e ainda outros comportamentos extremistas são provas horrendas da evolução do controle mental.
If you have groups like cults which are organized and manipulate information, then you have potential exploitation of an extraordinary degree. The lesson to be learned is that that possibility is always there, and it may be for anybody.
Tendo em conta o passado repleto de tantas vidas dilaceradas e um rastro de tortura mental, o desafio deste novo milénio será aprender a proteger-nos do controle mental.
Somehow, the average citizen thinks that his or her mind could never be manipulated, and yet every day we're manipulated by each other, we're manipulated by advertising. 1,000 things impact and manipulate us in different ways.
We're bombarded with messages from the media, the radio, the television, and from newspapers that shape our perceptions of the world.
Este condicionalismo incessante, mas subtil, pode ser desenvolvido mesmo sem darmos por isso.
Watching television is a trance-like experience. You forget about the carpet, the curtains, and that you're sitting in a room, and you engage your experience directly into the television screen, so that whatever happens on the screen seems really real. You suspend belief in reality. If you don't take responsibility for what goes into your mind, somebody else will. Cult leaders, politicians, advertisers will all seek to implant their message in your mind, whether it's for your good or not.
The greatest battle of the 21st century will be a battle of the mind. And there are people who have power, who want more power, and they do not want the public to know about mind control, its existence, or how it's implemented.
There is a body of information being used by government to control the way people think and act, and experiments are systematically designed to increase government's knowledge about that. This is the most threatening part of being a citizen in a democracy. When your government can manipulate how you vote and how you think, you no longer live in a democracy.
Locução Alberto Ramos, Ideias e Letras.